Why, hello there, fellow Vikings. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Land of the Vikings, Episode 4, Village Must Grow. Because it seems like I have tons and tons and tons of bread or food for the marketplace, I'm actually going to fire my miller. I'm going to rely on you guys to remind me to hire him back, but just because there's not a lot of space in this marketplace to be able to stock more food, so I don't want to add bread to it and have it overflow. I'd rather just keep the wheat in the granaries to be milled later when I need the food. I think that's going to be smarter. Yeah, one of my farmers died. Come on, finish. You have like one wheat left. There it goes. And replant. We're in maybe the first third of summer or so there should be enough time left in the season to plant and harvest before winter sets in. Generally, you can manage 2. And I'm getting storage full warnings again. Now, this isn't really going to be much of an issue once this stonecutter gets built, because I'm planning on putting a marketplace back here, and the marketplace back here will be able to stockpile a different, some additional food. So I probably want the marketplace around this spot here, because there's a lot of open area to expand into. So having a marketplace serve a community that grows up in this area is going to be ideal. And I'll start cutting the trees around to build homes around this area. So we'll have the stone pit, the stone cutter, and then maybe ranches, cattle ranches or chicken farms back that way. Something like that. We'll have some choice in the matter. Come on, stonecutter, just finish. Do it. All right, I'm gonna get 2 stonecutters working here because it's going to be a long commute, so might as well have twice the workforce. And opened. And then we have some stone storages here that store 100 stone apiece. So that will start to supply the dressed stone, and dressed stone is going to be what we need for the shipyard. So the shipyard requires 100 dressed stone, and that will finish the to-go fishing requirements. Are there any dogs in the room? Well, there's this one, and one just off camera here. You can see her butt. Hey, bud. Come here, other one. Arrive. She loves it. So the other task that I can work on at the same time is to do the hammer and weaver. So in the Tree of Life, we have the Eternal Hammer and Weaver for the blacksmith and tailor. So I'm going to get the weaver building first. We do have a hunter working here. And then we've got a goat ranch here. So I'm going to split the difference and put the tailor here, which is kind of like in between them. And I had just enough silver for that. Just eked out. And that should fulfill our clothing production so that people have nicer clothes than the poor clothes on their backs. So during the winters, you might have noticed, I had the, it feels cold penalty. Some of that is because houses weren't heated or that they had poor houses. And some of that was just simply, actually, they had really crummy clothing, so they were cold. And that can be fixed. But my current priority is going to be to build this marketplace so that I can store more food, because my current marketplace is it is overloaded to the point where I'm going to fire actually 2 of my fishermen so that we are not pulling so much food in, because I'm having a problem storing it all. And a few more houses to support the tailor. So I've got 20 dressed stones so far. I think I probably have builders running to get the dressed stone to bring it to the shipyard. They're not exactly happy about their commute. Yeah, I'm going to spend my very precious little silver that I currently have on... Uh-oh! We got an earthquake! Oh, man, if there was ever a place and time for an earthquake, it was not now. In order to see vacancies, JD, I don't know of a better way other than to actually click the individual housing or to wait for when you have homelessness. I might have some homelessness after this earthquake, though. Yeah, so here's one person that's homeless. So I will rebuild. Oh, earthquake. Well, I don't have any choices here. I can either sacrifice animals to the gods, but apparently I don't have animals to sacrifice. I don't know why, because I do have a goat farm. Donate silver, can't do that. Asking other villagers for help. I haven't met any other villagers, or villages rather. So I'm going to have to do nothing, which is not so ideal, but my only option. And then start to rebuild the homes that were lost. Yeah, so the little... It's hard to see, but these little icons is homelessness icons. What else got destroyed? So nothing back there. I think just 2 houses, which is not terrible. Could have been worse. A weird disaster to put in a Viking game. The disasters in this game are caused by the gods, according to the game. So it's not about where Scandinavia is, more about how it has godlike, driven disasters. Not to say that you're wrong, just to say that the game has fantastical elements that aren't going to make logical sense. Alright, we have got a lot of dressed stone, so this shipyard should be coming any second. The reward for the shipyard is some silver, which will be nice, and the reward for the clothing production is also silver, so that should help pay for some infrastructure projects once it's done. Oh, a carpenter might have died? In the earthquake, perhaps? Not entirely sure. We got a little bit of a road there. That should help. Rebuilding the homes is coming in slow. What I may want to do, just because people don't really enjoy being homeless, surprise, surprise, is to pause the marketplace construction and to prioritize the repair of the houses that I lost. I definitely have the wood and stone to repair these things. Oh, yeah, they're getting built. Because this house was getting built first. And we have some morale penalties of I don't have a house, which is totally fair. I can't say that I feel particularly guilty of not supplying said house. I didn't cause the earthquake, but I will try to clean it up. And I'm going to wait a little bit longer on this field. Actually, I'll harvest, seeing that maybe I can sneak in another grow cycle. It might be possible, I'm not sure. I'll attempt it, because worst case scenario, the crops die in the field. Okay, big whoop. Like, not much was lost. Just a little bit of labor. And it's not my labor, so I don't really care. So one house got rebuilt, waiting on this one. It almost has all the supplies. And then we'll get that marketplace going again. And the tailor. Once this house is rebuilt, resolving our homelessness crisis, I'll prioritize the tailor. Oh, we still have one more homeless. Fine. Another house for you. I feel like the Oprah of houses. You get a house. You get a house. And I hire a small force of military contractors to keep people off my land. Sorry, that was an unnecessary dig. Justice Dilemma. Oh, it's Erp again? Alright, I'm gonna pay for him being bullied again. Man, that dude gets bullied a lot. What's my labor force look like? Way more laborers. Okay. I do have a lot of building projects going on, so I'm going to hire a lot of my laborers into builders so that I can get some more progress done for these objectives. Getting the buildings built quicker. Yeah, and it's definitely working immediately. There's actually not a lot of physical labor that I even have queued up right now, because I have tons and tons and tons of stone. So I'll queue up a lot of these trees to get cut. Except for the trees around the gatherers. Leave those alone. I'll set the stonecutter to do 300 dress stone, because they maxed out at 200 already. Make sure that my carpenter will go to 150. Nice. And the tailor requires a little bit of dress stone, but we have it. I'm full of fish. Yeah, it's getting delivered. And that means that the shipyard should be done any minute now, which is awesome. Because I've had the time to go fishing quest for a long time now. Inappropriately long. Awesome. Here's our tailor. I'll hire 2. I don't know if I have the leather and wool for it. But that should fulfill the clothing production. And in terms of production, there's different priorities. So I'm going to prioritize fabric. Each item requires different materials. So wintry things require leather, and it's a production difficulty of 6. High quality wintry things is a leather and wool with a production time of 8. Fabric is wool, production time of 5, so on and so forth. For light armor and heavy armor, I'm going to lower the priorities to low because I don't have a military, so I don't really have need of military garments. And then if you're needing a sudden surge of leather, you can always kill off animals in your goat or cattle ranches. But otherwise, the hunting hut is sort of the trickle of leather. So, what is our current leather at now? We have 0 fabric, we have 30 wool, we have 37 leather. So we have a decent amount of leather and wool to be able to make clothing. So that should be pretty straightforward. Would increasing the speed of the long road be worth it? Yeah, I'm trying to save silver up to at least 25 first before adding in some road increasing stuff. I don't think it's going to be possible to be able to plant this. No, actually, forget it. It's way too late in the season. We did do the harvest, though, so we have 2 wheat granaries almost completely full. So that will be really good food stored for the winter. And clothing production just got done. Sweet. I now have the silver to increase the road speed and also to maybe add some lights as well. So there's some banners, I guess. It speeds up movement speed. I can also do what looks to be like horse stands. Put one right outside of the shop. Add a pillar torch. And then I'm going to add some periodic pillar torches along this road. At no specific interval. Using up what little money that I have for aesthetics. That's all I can afford for now, but I think it looks nice. I also want to add some more torches around these homes too, because having them illuminated will keep people happy as well. What other types of ranches are there? There's cattle, there's goat, and there's not really ranches, but there's chicken coops. So cattle ranches are for cows, and then goat ranches are for goats that do wool, and then, chickens for white meat. And cattle mostly for leather and meat. All right, shipyard. You are my priority. We need stone and dressed stone. Let's finally get that one done. It's been a low-hanging fruit for a while. Ah, winter is coming. Got the little warning prompt. And starting to get a little homelessness prompt as well. So I am hoping to get this this marketplace up. So I'm going to start to put homes up here around this marketplace so that people can work closer to where, or live closer to where they work. Come on. Okay, all the stone's been delivered. Now we're just waiting on dress stone. That shouldn't be too long. Now, I also want to add that the tutorial has you unlocking specific tech in a specific order, but there's also all these secondary upgrades, like villagers are 1% happier, or villagers work 1% faster, or crops grow 5% faster, and automatically plant your crops, you know. So there's a lot of other, like, secondary upgrades that you can get. Oh yeah, that does look nice. I needs more torches. I bankrupt myself. That looks pretty quaint. I'd move here. Provided it wasn't on the border with Russia. Zing. God, no one works in the fishing hut. That's fine. I will take all 3 fishing boats out of commission anyway, so that I can repair them at the shipyard once the shipyard's built. Because the shipyard is almost has all the materials it needs for repairs. I see that as our population grows, we have some additional homelessness, so add in some extra housing up here on the cliff. So it's not just like one person living in a house, it's a bit of a neighborhood. This game encourages using all the land to spread out? Yeah, yeah, so here you can see any crops that were sown died because of the winter. Because of the resources being, you know, in specific areas, like farms cluster around wells or mines where the resources are found, or stone where the stone is found, the game definitely pushes you to spread out in kind of an organic fashion. I mean, you don't have to, but you're really incentivized to. Oh, shipyard. Awesome. So shipyard should be someone smart. Thora, that's you. And we're good. So I'm going to have Thora repair some of the fishing boats. I don't have the ability to repair fishing boats automatically, which is really nice later on. But now, anytime a boat breaks down enough, I actually don't have the silver to repair it. I can repair the boats at the fishing yard. So the assign a fish builder, yeah, there it goes. Done. That objective is complete, and I'm going to use some of that silver to repair a boat. Grow the village to 80. That's going to be easy. We're already at 78, so hold my breath and we'll get there. How do the Vikings look? Well, I will zoom in. What's your name? Eerie. You are 10 years old, a boy. Let's take a look at this one. You're also Eerie. You're a gatherer. You're 35. You're a man. Got a spouse, Thora. Where's Thora? Where's your spouse? Who is cunning, a dwarf, lazy, and clever. Yeah, there's a bunch of traits as well that will drive their ultimate 4 stats. So, like, for instance, Bothild here is a worker, which adds some speed, so they're very fast. They're a dwarf, which hurts speed and strength, so they have low strength. charismatic, which helps with their luck, so on and so forth. I really like the building models too, and I like watching the buildings get built because they get built in a very satisfying fashion. Here, I'll actually just zoom in on this one. They actually build their homes. I mean, it's not picture perfect. I mean, we're not talking like architectural genius levels, but they do construct their homes piece by piece, bit by bit. A little bit of the rest of the effing owl, but still, way more satisfying than a lot of the games where it's just like, poof, house instantly finished. That is a personal pet peeve of mine. So they feel cold and a relative died. Well, I can't help the relative died, but the feel cold is lower quality clothing and poorly heated housing. But winter is always going to be a miserable season for these people anyway. Not that I'm not taking responsibility, I'm just saying, you know, it's like, yeah, they're less happy in the winter. Pretty normal. Her priority, grow the village. Ooh, my herbalist died. Hire someone new. I'll put another warehouse worker in as well. I have a lot of food, so I'm not going to worry about the miller, because the marketplace is already overflowing. And I'm going to allow the mines to get built. They've already had a lot of the pre-build materials hauled to them, so I might as well just finish the builds. Ah! Another marketplace is done. Swank. So this marketplace is so it can support the community that lives up here. Because, like, these houses are already poorly supplied with firewood and coal. Not surprising at all. What happened to the coal mine? Oh, it's right here. I just paused it because I didn't have need for the coal mine at the time. So I'm going to keep the coal mine closed because I don't need coal at the moment. But there's 2 of the 3 coal mines that we can fit into that structure. Ooh, I have just enough money to repair another boat, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'd be bankrupt otherwise. So here's our fully repaired boat. Gonna get that back into usage. We need 3 more people. The people moving up here are just like general laborers. They're not actually the stone miner, which is what would be like more ideal, but I'm not going to force it. Now, despite the fact that I have like over an abundance of food, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a second farm going because I wouldn't mind farming barley for beer. We're kind of getting to the point where we're going to benefit from it. So I'm going to clear some of the trees around the well so I can put down a barley field. The tutorial hasn't instructed me to do that just yet, but I know it's coming. I mean, we're 2 pop away from the next major milestone anyway. Hey, JFed, thanks for stopping in. For the resub. I appreciate it. There we go. A little bit more storage to the marketplace. Build a warehouse near the stone cutter? I don't see that the... Yeah, I think it's a wise idea. It also depends on... I'm not entirely sure where my dress stone's even being stored at the moment. I think it's being stored in the stone cutter. And not... in the warehouse, and maybe that's by design. Maybe they don't haul it to a warehouse. That's what I'm starting to think. It's one of those game mechanics I'm not certain about, but I don't see it as a resource to be stocked in the warehouse. Nor is there stone or wood, for that matter. So I'm not entirely sure that it's necessary. What I will do, however, is to put a stone storage... I'll put some stone storage here to support construction projects that are close to this core over here, because I don't have stone storage in this area. I only have stone storage up on the cliff. Did the earthquake cause major damage? It destroyed 2 homes, flattened it, which is not a lot of damage in the scheme of things. Could have been worse. Village is growing. All right, so we got that done. The next major ones is to gather an army and time to trade. So what should I do first? Trade or military? Have you guys choose. That stone pit requires a ton of wood. I'll hire a second carpenter to make sure I don't run out of timber. The second phase here is 144, which is more than I currently have in stock. The audience wants blood. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Spend some of my silver on road work projects. Oh, that was a bad road. Gonna eat the cost. All right, that's as far as I'll go for now. And we have a new wave of immigrants coming in, potentially, if we admit them. The choice will be yours. All right, it looks like we're going to go military first. So let's open up the Tree of Life, or in this case, the Tree of Death. So to the left is trade, and to the right is military. So we'll explore the military route, and that gives us a training camp to build. I am going to decide to put my training camp really right in front, near the core of the village, as a way to go, hey, you come to port, you come to visit, well, we can kill you if we want, so you better behave. Should we accept immigrants? Have you guys decided this? There you go. So in order to get the trade going, what we are also going to require here is an iron mine. So I'm going to build a iron mine here, up on the cliff, because we're not going to be able to make tools without it. And then I'm also going to get a blacksmith going and put that in here, next to the coal mine and iron mine. Well, it's kind of near the iron mine, to be able to make weapon parts and shields and the like. Gather the army. Man, every time I get a little bit of silver, I spend it immediately. And already spending more of it. Wanted a few more homes up here. There, I like that cluster. Oh, be good enough to support the stone pit and the market and everything else. Once I get a nice big lump sum of silver, I also want to run this road, and you guys want them to join. I want to run this road all the way over here, and then this road out to the mine. So the priority right now is to build a mine and to build the blacksmith. Well, mine first, because without iron, there's no point really having a blacksmith. And also build the training camp. But without the blacksmith and the mine, I can't really support the training camp. There's a little bit of a... Much the way that the shipyard required the stone dressing, the training camp, even though it's not part of the actual constructing of the building, the training camp is going to require, you know, bows and shields and armor and stuff like that to be able to even start to train people. So without that, we're not going to be able to make any progress. In your language, we have a saying, you have a hole in my hand? Yeah, exactly. The question mark over the tailor? So the question mark over the tailor was likely that they can't source material, I'd imagine. Yeah, the question mark is now gone. I didn't see it in time. But often that will be the case. Here it's just warning me that people aren't working. So I'm actually going to start hiring some coal miners, so that I can build up a supply of coal for when the blacksmith and iron mine is open. In order to get these stupid alerts away, maybe what I'll do is I'll have one in each facility, so they're working by themselves, just so they don't have like the alarm colors over the workplace, which is annoying. And we do have a little bit of homelessness, but I have some homes prioritized now. We'll get them high. We'll get them housed. This is just the immigration wave that I got hit with, and it was a particularly big immigration wave, as you see. There's a lot of people. It was a sudden spike. Getting a miller going again. Because we're about to head into spring, and my granaries are like full completely, just about. So I'm going to need to start milling the... I'll even get 2 millers. I'm going to need to start milling to get through the backlog so that I can make room. I could also build another wheat granary, which isn't a bad idea. I just need to cut that tree down that's in the way. Plus one... I can put one in here too, but I'd rather put it here. Someone's already cut down that tree. Oh, it fits. Never mind. Thank you for tuning in to Land of the Vikings, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 12th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream of another game. Farewell, my fellow Vikings.